can't believe we're back to doing this where I'm trying to figure out where to look. 5 years ago, when I thought that I might start to try to do YouTube, I couldn't figure out where to look there either. I mean, this is such a high quality production, obviously. All right, I'm looking at the virtual sash here. So I think as long as I do that, I look like I am looking at the camera. So the camera is like there-ish or something like that. I swear, y'all, if something ever got better over here, I got some viewers, I would invest in something that isn't like this broken tripod, which is what I have now. If you can see like the fear in my eye for trying to get my iPhone clamped in here, just like, I'm always afraid it's going to shatter into 1,000 pieces. I am back because I needed to get some things said, and apparently me just typing with my little fingers, it's just not enough for me to vent about like the events in Girl World. And I have no one in my real life that is involved in this whatsoever. Like Ralph, well, I will insert a picture of Ralph. Do you think he's going to cotton to hearing me ramble on about Girl World? Although I will tell you, he will occasionally ask me about Chantal. Because one time, I don't know, 6-7 months ago or whatever, he was watching me and he was like, what are you watching? We sat on the left seat together and I'm like, I don't want to tell you. I told him, I was like, there was, she's in Kuwait. And he's like, that's probably not a safe place for her. And I'm like, oh, yeah, probably not. But, you know, she's okay-ish, I guess. And then he went to Syria. I had to tell him, guess where she is now? So he will occasionally say something like, how's that big gal doing? But that's not what I'm talking about. Although I can tell you, in the future, I might come back on here out of desperation and say a thing or two about that. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Devin. Hello, Tequila and Donuts. I am more known on the TikToks and not so much over here for good reason, as you can see. So if you stuck around to hear me babble about this, I sincerely appreciate it. So all of this is about Rachel. When it was disclosed a few days ago by her that, and probably in a preemptive strike, that she had set up to issue payment to Emily in exchange for information, I mean, my initial reaction to that was like, oh, well, I wouldn't do that, but you know what? Better than you, me. And certainly, after I heard that, I would have completely been like, tell me what they said. What did they tell you? And that is because we are a very self-selecting group here. So while I think that maybe that is a little repugnant, am I going to consume the information that comes from such an act? 100% I am. And if not directly, am I going to consume it second, third, fourth hand, like from some reactor? Yeah, of course I am. Because I am watching the events in Girl World. And just because as consumers of said information bother to put on our hazmat suits and masks before we consume any of this stuff, y'all, this doesn't make us any different from the reactors. We are all watching the antics of toddler women making terrible choices. Now, I, on one hand, am still naively in the corner of, Team Redemption. I am so still rooting for a redemption arc. And I know that is stupid, and I know it is not going to happen, but I am Team Redemption, and I know there are some people that are Team Retribution. And then, I know that's a sliding scale. You got to dance on one side or the other. But we are all here doing something kooky that I really hope that someday somebody will write a master's thesis about. But, everybody that's kind of gone into the fray of doing that in the past, it's like a vortex, and you get sucked in, and then suddenly you no longer have objectivity because, Like, we got really upset. Who's that other reactor? I'll look it up in a minute. I'll put it here if it can come from me. Like, anybody that doesn't like do a deep dive into the events of Amber or Chantal or anybody else that's peripheral to that, we get angry because if you don't know all the lore, you get things wrong. And then you sort of blame the audience for a lot of how they are reacting and what they were putting online as they make comments about whatever the activities are. So I don't think that anybody is ever going to be able to do a master's thesis on whatever this is we're involved in, because to do so, you have to become embedded. And I think once you're embedded with the troops, there's just no way out of this thing. Really, this is like Hotel California with cheese sticks and chicken sausage and nashies. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna sign up. But you know what? I might be back. I'm toying with this idea of just uploading every day in December. I think it's called something. What's it called? Boringness, right? Boringness? That's right. Some great YouTuber told me that that's what it's going to be this season. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching to this. In which case, please leave a comment because why did you watch this far in?